we go into the pistol.
Oh, very fast round coming out from Optic as well. It seems like they do want to go for a contact play towards that big bomb site. You can see the utility they have as well, Snods, but Tao has other ideas. Will peek through, fires off a warning shot as he wants to try and take him down. There's the opener, ready for more. He's blind, dazed and confused, but stays alive to fight another day as they swarm in towards the bomb site, exploding out. They take him down in a fist of fury. PHR is there as well, trying to snipe with his USP, but it's going to be Magic's to get that second frag.
3 versus 4, man advantage now for the T side as Optic make their way and they claim this B bomb site. Bomb planted towards default. You can see as well a player jumping in towards apartments for Optic. So even as the afterplan does come underway, it's heavily in favor of the T side.
Indeed. Push coming through towards short as well. HS can be naughty with the pistols. It's a prime time angle for him. He'll only get one before he's taken down, but luckily you've got Magic's boy on your team, and you know what he gets up to. Complete mayhem, Snods. Opening 3K to get the round for Optic as they close it down. Very, very clean and clinical.
Exactly. A lot of critics questioning how can Magic's boy perform now, as he has been taken out of the rigorous structure that MSL puts forth into his lineups, and now can he run rampant across the EU minor now that he's off the leash from the structure style of CS. Obviously, we don't know the style of cooling from Freiburg, but I imagine, you know, with the level and caliber of players, it's going to be rather loose.
This is the thing as well. I think even in Freiburg in himself, he's not quite sure of the sort of style of in-game leading he wants to bring to the table yet because it's very new to him. It's a different role, so he's trying to find that structure and find what works best for this band of brothers in arms, really. So effective, so much talent and firepower, so it's trying to find the balance of which star will shine at the correct time. But right now, they try and get control towards mid as they are working their way over to connect. So you can see Ego not really wanting to try and go for the contestation towards close mid, just holding for the choke points and seeing if they can restrict them when the push comes in. HS leads the charge. Furlan falls first to Mixwell. Ooh, nicely done from HS as he finds that headshot on Snatchy.
5 versus 3. PH on the Deagle lands a nice headshot there. He's still alive, goes for a second, but eventually gets traded out by HS on that UMP, claiming $1,200 as a bare minimum. And let's see as Tiao will get that 1 kill with the Mac 10. And actually, that's rather important when you consider the amount of money you get from that 1 kill. $600 going into the first buy round, Jack. That could be a smoke flashbang, that could be a kit flashbang, or even an incendiary grenade to deny a rush from Optic.
Yeah, obviously the extra £1,000 he now has in his bank will aid them as the game develops, as they waited out a little bit to try and bounce back in. The only investment that's going to come out, actually nothing. I thought we were going to see the P250 on Snatchy, but it is going to be bare bones.
Yeah, there's no reason really to try and constantly invest round after round. We see this so much where, I believe it was Pride, where they kept buying these Kevlar P250s, Kevlar CZs. We're just wasting money these rounds where you're so unfavored anyway. You may as well concede it and have a better buy for the buy rounds.
Very true. HS, once again, armed with the SMG that he absolutely loves to run through and just try and rack up that dough with. Is a heavy stack towards that CT side from Ego though, but there comes the early entry frags. HS does damage. Magic Snalu as well, going to continue this absolute ridiculous round. It's going to go down in a matter of seconds as Mixwell will find the final frag into PHR. No casualties on the side of Optic. They keep it clean, they play it smart, they get all 3 rounds off the back of the pistol, but this is where we get into the real game.
Exactly, the real game at that. The first buy round of the first match of this best of 3, Mirage being the map pick for Optic. That's why they're starting on the T side, of course. A go. They had to choose as to start on their T side or CT side. And let's see why they chose to start on the defense. What have they got planned for us so far? And it's going to be instantly an investment into 2 AWPs. I said Toao was the secondary AWPer. And let's see if he can really perform right now. But he's actually going towards B short. And the real attack, the real attention from Optic is going to be towards the A side.
Oh, Snatchy with the tag as he gets HS down low, but can he try and do more? He's punishing them, hits him with the left hook, tries to go in for the right, but he staggers and falls short, overpowered by Magic's there that will come in with a body slam straight in towards the side. PHR, he can't quite see in, he has no idea of their exact location, his vision is blurred.
4 versus 4 now, the smokes are slowly fading away. Mixwell finds the kill onto Grubby. It's still the man advantage now for Optic as the retake is underway.
Oh, Furlan goes down as mighty Mixwell pushes into CT, takes all the control he wants. Alu as well, the Mac 10, ripping his way through them towards mid. PHR has to save this AWP and try and run away. It was a huge investment, Snods, a double AWP buy into that first buy round, and they've been left broken and bloodied.
Exactly, you asked the question why they weren't investing into any pistols, any Kevlar for these rounds, and this was the reason why.
Well, this is the thing. Even though we know Snatchy is that primary AWPer, more consistently we have seen him go for those P250 buys to try and do some early economical damage into these rounds. Skips out on the P250 for this one. They both double up. Tower as well comes in with that secondary AWP. That is so much cash you've put on the line. You've really gambled there.
Exactly. If we can use the past to try and decipher what's going on in the present, Jack. If you remember the game versus Godsend on Mirage, where Godsend had that crazy 11 to 40 half, and then suddenly a go with a massive burst of life on their T side. They managed to go, I believe it was something ridiculous, like 12 to 2 on the second half, and win that game out 16 to 14. The only issue is, this is a very different set of players.
Yeah, I think that was the thing. We saw them get around 8 rounds on the trot,
yeah,
obviously, to bring it back. But doing that against Optic, it isn't going to be as easy. There's not as many cracks. They've definitely started to smooth out all the issues fairly fast for what is a young roster.
Obviously, the AWP was saved by PHI. He's currently wielding it right now towards the A-bomb site. As with Magic's Boy lurking towards a ramp, it looks like Optic will be telegraphing an A-split here as they will smoke the top of connector, trying to see if they can feel out or find any kills to try and open up one of these sites.
Snatchy as well, going to back off. Just hold close from the choke point. See if you can find the frags later onto this round, as they don't really have too much to play with. These upgraded pistols can be useful, but only on close angles, and that is the worst case scenario. PHR goes down from Alu. You try and out-AWP the Alu, it's not going to work out well for you.
5 versus 4. As the AWP is taken out of the server, just going to be leaving these upgraded pistols across the board. Grubby does have Kevlar, but eventually will be taken down. Alongside him, Snatchy hits the deck as well. 4 to 0, 5 versus 2, and so far so good for Optic.
Yeah, Alu just using this as target practice as well to try and warm himself up a little bit as he finds 3 frags already with his AWP into this round. Not even necessary, to be honest with you, but it will go through in their favor. The 5th round has been claimed by Optic. That is that second AWP as well out of commission, so no save there. They have to immediately reinvest the money into it, but they go for it once more.
Yeah, talking of investment and money, Jack, multiple players for the Optic side have over $10,000 of liquid cash at their disposal, which means the key to victory right now for the Polish side on their CT defense is to really start stringing rounds together, try and whittle down the T economy, try and force out the weaker buys, the UMPs, potentially no AWP for Alu, force some weak force buys, force some ecos to try and get yourself back into this one. Because if they can see this next buy round here, Jack, this could definitely spiral out of control.
Oh yeah. If Optic get this 6th round on the board, they will once again be broken. And it's so much they can scavenge and well. Take those 2 AWPs that are in play that haven't really found too much. Let's see if Tower can spice up into this one. Grubby with more of an aggressive play though. Goes for the tempo play towards close ramp. Takes down Magis. That's actually quite a big impact frag.
It is indeed. And now if the CTs can push towards ramp, try and get some information, as right now they're lacking it. It will be 3 players towards the A site from a go. And now as deciphering the CT defense, Mixwell's trying to decipher it as well. Let's see if he can find a gap in the armor. As he does, gets boosted into window. Minute left on the clock now, still the man advantage for a go, but can Mixwell change that?
Oh, Snatchy. If he continues on in his path, he's going to be walking into the unknown, where Mixwell is just lying in wait, ready to try and hit him with an elbow, as he will peek round, but Snatchy's a little bit too fast for him, takes him down. Alu with the response as well, though. It's the battle of the AWPs right now, as everyone is trying to find these picks. Alu, not fast enough for Snatchy, as he will strike against him and take him out.
Bomb towards B apartments. There's no one from a go towards the B site right now, as HS towards jungle. Does get flashed out. No one's peeking him just yet. He can play patiently and as he waits here for Freiberg to back him up as well. Could be joining him towards connector eventually, as he can get the drop here on Snatchy. Finds that kill. And now only 1 man surviving towards the A side is going to be Grubby.
His name might be HS, but he's known for the headshots more than anything. But he'll only get 1 into this round as Grubby starts to go a little bit dirty. Takes him down, ready for more as well. It's all on Freiberg, but Freiberg is lying dead on the ground.
Crucial as well for a go to have 3 players surviving in the first round they will claim. If we saw an extra kill there from Optic, that would have really dented that CT economy even further. And we saw in full effect there the real power of getting that first kill, the advantage you can claim having the man advantage. As we saw, Grubby went for the flash in towards ramp, caught Magic's Boy off guard. They had the information that it was going to be heavy towards middle. They expected the boost towards window. Mixwell got caught off the guard as well. 5 versus 3, and it all came tumbling down for Optic. But then again, can the money come tumbling down for a go? Because if they get reset here, this could definitely be very, very T-sided half.
PHR is going to get away with the aggressive play, though. Mixwell will fall short into this one. They're trying to go for the response. The flashbang will go through. Freiberg dives in. Magis as well is going to pull something out of his hat as he takes down Snatchy. Grubby will fire back towards Freiberg, leaves him in a 3v3, but it's still all to play for. The bomb is in a situation they can recover it. They're still going trade for trade right now, as HS has slipped through into a good angle, but Tao strikes against Magic. It's all on HS. He can get the bomb, but he needs to find that frag against Grubby to get himself in a good position into the round. He'll walk through, silently steals it, and Grubby's actually pushing away towards T-spawn.
Tao with the AWP towards connector, can hold for the cross towards site. HS knows there should be a player lurking close by. And a good call from a go to group up together and play this 2 versus 1 as a two-man unit. But as I say, they're actually going to be splitting apart.
Did they not see the bomb as well? Because it was in the smoke at the time. They might have been shrouded. They've only just realized the location. Luckily, they get the info. He gets the tag as well. Grubby is downright low. As he finds that kill, HS pops his head, but he's going to push around. There is someone waiting to remove him from the equation, though. It's Tower that will strike swiftly with the AWP and punish him with that sniper rifle.
Yeah, HS, they're not expecting Tao to be so close with Grubby towards T-spawn. And he will be caught off guard, but not before he got that kill as well, which means only one player surviving for a go. And in the last run as well, only 3 players surviving, so we haven't seen a scenario for a go to really start to have their economy blossom and bloom to a scenario where they can continuously buy in case things go south. But nevertheless, Optic, after having $10,000, $11,000 in their wallets, they can keep buying. It will be the AWP again for Alu, 4 AKs as well as Snatchy. Speaking of the AWP, goes aggressive towards middle and finds the first.
Oh, takes down Mixwell as he's hungry for more, as he's hammering back on that AWP. Does have to fall back, though. They have got the initial frag. They can try and play that looser style as CS, just play for trades, but Freiburg has other ideas in mind as he'll make his way through the smoke. Shrouded in mystery right now as he has to try and dial it back a little bit, though.
HS towards under window as well, going to be joining Freiburg towards connector. As right now, Optic going to be likely to try and assault the A site with a split via connector and a ramp. Let's see if they can push it off, though.
Yeah, they've got an absolute pincer play here, set up just waiting for the penny to drop and for them to go for the audacious play. They slip their way through connector. You can see the AWP and Alu as well, scoping in to try and provide Overwatch support with that deadly sniper rifle. Comes out, lands the wallbang on Grubby. There's another kill for Freiburg as well as the Swedish superstar does damage. It's all on Furlan and Tao. They can be massive, impactful players for the Polish side, but can they go big?
2 versus 3 kit right now for the City side, but apart from that, no utility to aid them in this scenario. They can't molly out and try to flush out the players from Optic. They have to peek them one by one.
Switching out to the AK on Tower, a weapon he's even more formidable with as he can be a prolific entry fragger. Switches back to the AWP as well, playing gun game right now. Meantime, Magis will do damage. The Denmark damage coming through. Punishes Furlan. It's all on Tower with an AWP. 1 versus 3. They have no reason to face him. You can see he's getting a little bit spooked as well. Quaking in his boots, decides to backpedal out of there and try and go for the save. Luckily, as well, he has been able to stay alive. As you can see, the T's are hunting him quite aggressively. They do want to deny that AWP. He'll find 1 kill towards Freiburg and backs off in time, but this could go really wrong for him. Starts to look at the position of Alu. Alu will take him down. Another round for Optic, and it's a clean house as well.
No mercy from the Finnish man as he will claim that final kill. And during the freeze time of the last round, I mentioned how the money hasn't been too great for the City side. They haven't had clean rounds or rounds where they won convincingly, having 4 or 5 players staying alive. It was always 3 versus 3s, 1 versus 1s, 1 versus 2s with the rounds. Came down to the wire, and that does display their money as well. It will be the force by though from the City side, which means if they lose this one, they will be put down to an eco. And we could easily be seeing an 8-2 scoreline if, only if Optic can try and claim this round here versus the force buy.
They're trying to go for this slow play. Once again, the convergence on the A site. Alu as well. Entry man himself as he'll find the damage with the AWP that he needs. Magic's going to come through to take down Snatchy. HS roams into the site. Works out that there's no one here, so he decides to scope it out a little bit more. Try and hunt them and take them down an aggressive peek towards connector. Furlan will best him, but the trade goes back in the favor of Mixwell, and it's all on PHR. Armed with a dastardly deagle in his back pocket, but he's the last man alive in a 1v4, and he realizes that it's worth just backing off. You've got armor. Don't just throw it into the wind for no reason.
Exactly. Either try and play for extra kills and whittle down and diminish that T-side economy as much as you can. Obviously, you did win 2 rounds in a row, so Optic's money is hurting, but not as much as your own. You may as well save the cover on the Deagle for the next round and give it another chance.
It's going to be the 7th round for Optic now on their T-side, Snods. Looking good, looking effective. Obviously, for Ego, more so on their T-side, that's where they were at their best.
Yeah, exactly. We saw the same scenario versus Godson, where Twist and Dennis were able just to run outside mid, demolish any defense that Ego are trying to put forward against the Swedes. But eventually they closed that one out 16-13, but let's see how this one would eventually finish, as we are still underway with this first map of this best of 3. 5-round deficit now for Ego, and it's going to be more than that. Potentially, of course. We've seen some eco round wins here already, Jack. But then again, the fact they're lacking deals, lacking CZs, is incredibly unlikely.
Yeah, just going to play this one out as a normal gun round as well, Stunts. They play 2-1-2. Actually, 2 players going towards mid as they will provide a little bit of support. Can try and go for the aggressive play if they want to, but they're just going to be target practice if they even face at this point.
Yeah, I mean, right now, while we're in the eco round at that, let's try and break down Optic's T side, while they're finding success, or conversely, why a Go aren't finding success in their CT side defense. We've seen Optic already go for the A splits consistently towards that A side. The only time they've really gone towards B, Jack, was on that pistol. If they are going to run the double off setup, we need to be seeing potentially the AWPer solo the B site, push towards the chest of drawers, push towards B apartments, get that underpass, peek, and get that information value, and try and send an extra player towards the A site. Try and play one window, an AWP with early information towards B, 3 players towards the A site. Try and play on the site as well in case Optic tried to split you, or if Optic tried to execute upon you.
Yeah, they need to try and find a way to spice this up a little bit and destabilize what Optic are doing, because HS is finding these headshots I told you about absolutely juicy into the round. It might be against an eco, but he's still finding these frags in style. Exactly that.
If we consistently see a Go going for these 2-1-2 setups on their CT side, it's just not going to work out for them. A double connector setup can work as well. Obviously, we've seen Snatchy have success towards connector with the AWP. We've seen HS and Freiburg go towards underpass. There's room for a Go to find opportunities to get the first kill. Obviously, when you go double connector, you have a rifle hold towards underpass, you smoke it out, you have an AWP to hold towards top middle. And then versus the setup from Optic, it could definitely pay dividends for them. But then again, are they going to take a tactical timeout, try and think this one through? Or are they going to continuously walk into the momentum right now that Optic have put up?
Yeah. No cash for the AWP as well, so they can't try and take that duel against Alu that Snatchy has been bringing to the table. Alu as well, it's just so vastly ridiculous how impactful and how aggressive that AWP has been from him to get those early openers towards the A site, towards mid, towards B. He's roaming around, he's playing a loose style of CS, and it's working fantastically for them.
As predicted, it's going to be a Go playing 3 players towards the A site, but not before Mixwell can find one. Furlan going to be going to his grave, and HS and Freiburg once again towards underpass. PHR trying to play the one-way angle, but will be caught out. 5 versus 3.
Oh, HS takes him down. Snatchy, though, wants to try and steal it back if he can as he peeks towards mid-window. The smoke will force him to back off as well. Grubby does damage there. Tower as well coming through. They're actually starting to get this round going for him, especially when Snatchy comes in like that with a wall bang. It's finally looked like one that might be winnable, even in this 1v2.
2 versus 1, and now Optic know exactly where Snatchy is. He's towards jungle, could be towards window. They have a Molotov onto Mixwell and Magic's boy. Let's see what Snatchy can do.
Oh, there's the jump face Magis. 25 HP. Mixwell 27, but it only takes 1 shot from Mixwell's AK to rip straight through, crack his skull, and get another round for Optic.
This is worrying now for the Polish side on their CT defense. I said before, Jack, before that round, have 1 player solo B, played for information. He didn't have the AWP, he was just jump spotting, but that was fine. 2 towards connector, 1 towards window, and 1 playing potential retake on the A side. They did exactly that. They had Furlan towards window, they had PHR and co in connector, and still, somehow, someway, Optic are finding these first kills. HEs into the window smoke, creative and unorthodox plays to salvage and find that first kill from the international lineup. And so far, they're having a wealth of success.
I think this is the thing as well, it's more so just quite dynamic calling coming out from Freiburg. You can see how it's very inconsistent. They're not going for the same plays, the players are going for different peaks. Alu trying to switch up a little bit with the openers that he's going for, as well with Magis. Sometimes going more aggressive, dialing back a little bit. Lots of tempo plays, lots of keeping Ago on their toes, and they can't deal with it. They have no real way to try and counter it, because they can't work out any structure. Right now, though, already a lead towards Optic once more. They do have a crossfire set up here by Connector, but Freiburg is going to try and sniff them out and locate it. They play anti-flash, they just peek into the spray. It's a double entry, as Freiburg and HS do work. Furlan as well, trying to return the favor with P250, but instead Alu's going to get another kill off the back of his sidearm. Optic, 10 rounds on the board already at the half.
So potentially, this buy round could be the last chance Go have to really put up some good numbers in their CT half. If it goes 10-5, they win that second half pistol. There's potential. But what can they do now? They've tried playing heavy towards middle, 2 connector, 1 window, didn't work out. What else can they do? They know that Optic play very heavy towards underpass, very heavy towards middle. They leave Magic's boy to lurk towards Palace or ramp. Try and exploit that, try and isolate Magic's boy. But as I say, they're already Mixwell finds the first.
Mixwell, an artist with an AK. It's obviously well known about him, how effective he can be. That's why he was so deadly when we've seen him in the past. Tower as well towards B, trying to deal damage. Will get one, but that's all he gets before HS removes his cranium as this push is coming through. Grubby as well, going to rotate back over towards close short snods, but no one's there to greet him.
Bomb is planted default. HS going to be going back in towards apartments where the bomb is planted for him. And now 3 versus 2. Magic's boy will get the luck kill onto Grubby. And for Snatchy and Furlan, it's looking ever ever more unlikely.
Oh, there's a flashbang coming through as they are attempting to push in. Molotov goes down for HS to make it a little bit heated in this battle, as he will take down one man. Furlan falls, Snatchy slips away to his death as Freiburg will find the kill. Optic 11 rounds already, and they're still not done yet.
It's ridiculous. Anything that Optic do towards middle is finding success versus a go. In that last round, Mixwell found the first frag, and ever since then, they closed out the round with finesse. They went up towards short, they isolated Taul towards bench. They found that kill. It was a trade kill at that. You can see HS in his screens. He was the player that got the trade kill. Open up the site, and in the afterplant, the likes of Magic's Boy, Mixwell, and HS, they're not going to be losing that scenario.
Oh, damage being done towards mid. Grubby with a double as he actually starts to fight back, but it's all Alu. He's just got the upper hand in every one of these firefights as he takes them down, ready for more. Luckily, he will start to fault a little bit as he gives Ago a window of opportunity, but the window's foggy. And it's going to be Magis that shatters his way through it, taking down Grubby, leaving it on Furlan and Snatchy. But what can this dynamic duo do on that CT side? Anything at all, Snods? Can they actually mount a defense?
No kit right now for the CT side. Furlan trying to see if he can sniff anything from the other side of that smoke, as right now the bomb has entered the B-bomb site. Going to be planted for apartments, exactly where Magic's Boy is. So this round's coming down to a T right now for Optic. Nearly perfect.
Oh, Alu still continuing it. A hat-trick once more. Statistically, he's been so dominant this matchup already, and this is just on his T side on Mirage, where he's allowed to be this flamboyant, this rampant. And the thing is, Snods, it's so even. If you look at Optic right now, 15, 15, 16, 14. The only player that isn't going ridiculous is Freiburg. But right now, he's not the entry fragger anymore. He is the IGL. All he needs to do is provide consistency, chime in now and then when it's necessary. And if the fact his team is all firing on all cylinders, he doesn't even need to do too much.
Everything he's calling right now is working for Optic. As the favorites, they were expected to claim this best of three in this first matchup, but potentially not in this style, as obviously we've already seen a go take out some veterans of Counter-Strike from the minor as they defeated Godsend. But right now, this is too much for the Polish side. Is the Cinderella story coming to a close?
Oh, there's a frag for Snatchy as he goes down. Will fall to Magix. This all on Furlan, THR, and Tao. Furlan upgrades to an M4, but can he do anything with it? Can he actually achieve any more?
THR towards jungle, holding the cross towards that A side. Spots out one, but actually won't get one kill. Magic's Boy finds that one. It's going to be a 4 versus 2. Magic's Boy is low, so is Freiburg. Is there a room or space for opportunity here for a go to get to 3?
It's going to be hard. Tao, the timing though peeks out. Mixwell caught his pants around his ankles as he was throwing out the smoke, and it's back onto Furlan, the ferocious man himself. Can this Polish powerhouse start to bring it back? Finally make amends as he's in a 1v3. Time's ticking away. He doesn't have a kit, but he needs to go for this. There's no reason not to, as he is in the last round of the half here, looking for the kit. Will find it as he now pushes back through. They're going to peek him. Looks like they want to go for the 3-2-1 peek. They peek at the same time. They play it smart. Optic, clean, clinical, collective, and dominant.
Yeah, I would say, and a 13-2 half is extremely dominant, as it will be an 11-round advantage now for Optic going forward into the second half. Is there any chance here for the Poles? Obviously, for a go, as a bare minimum, they need this pistol round. Try and get it to what? 5-13. Try and do what Optic did to them on the T side, which was resetting their money, keeping their money as low as possible, dominating towards middle, going for the splits towards the sites. But anyway, let's see what happens to the Prisoners. They're going to be lining up outside this A-bomb site. Optic Gaming going to be defended by Magic's Boy towards CTs. He's holding the angle now towards ramp.
Oh, Magis Boy as well. Can be ridiculous when it comes to these pistol rounds. A deadly Danish player that can really pop off at any moment. Let's see if he can try and show that it was a mistake benching him from his previous lineup as the push will come through. Mixwell gets the opener as he does damage. They're still waiting for more to come as well. Magis finds the first frag, takes down Snatchy, ready for more as he's bobbing and weaving, taking the fights as he wants to really get his bloodlust going. HS as well, popping back. They know they can mount this retake. Look how low everyone is on Ago, but they get the advantage now. It falls back into a 3 versus 3. They can get into post plants as they force back the CTs that were in good close angles.
The bomb isn't planted for any of the players right now from a go. And it's going to be a 3-man rotation in via CT. Magic's Boy finds one, goes for another as well. He's trying to line them up, gets the second, and through the smoke he finds the third. As Freiburg diffuses the bomb, using the smoke as a shroud to ward off any vision from a go there as they try to frantically find that frag through the smoke.
You go for that plant.
Exactly.
You
keep it
killed.
up.
Yeah. The thing is, you've seen one player on close stairs, one player playing towards jungle. They've gone for the double peek. They were able to take them both down. At that point, I assumed the bomb was even plant for short because they started to push deep through. I thought we were seeing them hold for a late plant from connector.
Exactly. Could have been miscommunication on the stage, obviously. Where's it planted for? Planted for triple. But usually what happens is, when you plant the bomb, you call where you're planting for. Planting for ramp, planting for connector, planting for middle, planting for palace, or default. Are we starting to witness the communication struggle and crumble from a go so far on the T side? As right now will be 14-2. A gargantuan advantage for Optic so far as we head into round number 17. But this could be one of very few rounds to come, as it's only 2 more now for Optic.
Yeah, there you go. Not too much to work with. They've invested in whatever they could find as they just went for this second-hand buy. Pushing their way out towards the B-bomb site, though. There is defense waiting from Alu as well. Should strike first here as he finds the head of Tao. Was suspicious of his location, heard him jumping up and down. Freiburg as well, ready to unleash hell, the UMP, but he's only going to get 1 frag with that PDW. Instead, Alu as well goes down. Furlan actually besting him with the Galil as he gets a great little frag off. Mixwell comes in from short, has the M4, but will he be able to kick up a fuss? HS as well on the scene of the crime. The young gun, the more inexperienced player, but he's always a headshot machine. Gets one onto BHR. They're snatching with the double, though. 1 versus 1 against HS. Trying to play for time. Trying to bait him in and take him down. It gets to the close range peak, but he doesn't quite get it. HS comes out on top. That is match point for Optic now.
15-2. What more can we really say about this matchup here, Jack? It's basically been all Optic. Everything they've done has found success. Every call has been the correct one. And it seems like one of those games for a go where nothing goes your way. May it be timing, may it be luck. Everything has gone in court of Optic, as right now they are on match point. They have 13 chances to close well, 1 out in regulation, as it seems very likely they will be doing so. 15-2.
This is not a good spot to be in for Ego. Mirage as well, the map that really, if they wanted to try and come in and actually win out in this best of 3 series, for me, they needed to pick this map up, and it has gone so far south. Optic have just taken it with absolute force, ruling with an iron fist as they group up to go for the burst on the A bomb site as well. Let's see if Ego can actually try and slip in, or if once again it will be the defense coming in strong for that CT side. Freiburg with the opener takes down Tower, so now they know it's a true commit to this A site.
Magic Sport is low, but gets the information he needs to. 5 versus 4 as the play comes towards A. Furlan gets the first, but actually not before he gets traded up by HS.
Oh, HS firing back, gets one, but Grubby luckily takes him down. But Freiburg and Magis, they double up, they get these frags, it's all on Grubby to try and stay alive. He falls short. Alu comes through with an epic final kill. That is going to be Optic closing it out. What a fast game there, Mirage going the way of Optic in a matter of seconds.
16-2 being the scoreline of that first map. So, for a go, what do you do now of your 10-15 minutes between maps? What do you try and say in the team huddle, the team meeting? As right now you can see just from their body language and their faces, it's not looking too good.
No, this is going to be very, very horrible for them. Things as well, Train going to be that second map. Going into it, this isn't going to look great.
Then again, we saw it go be Virtus Pro Online on Train in WSG Poland, but obviously WSG Poland online qualify for that LAN, and very, very different scenario. I've already seen the difference that Optic's been showing on LAN versus online.
Oh, yeah. The thing is, you do have a lot of very effective LAN players in that roster. Mostly for me as well, when you think about it, it's kind of like an alternate phase. Both of these teams are, you know, those ragtag band of absolute gamers that have come together. They know they have firepower. They know they've got structure. And it all starts to work out, really looking like Freiburg has been able to find the pieces, work out in which way he needs to utilize the rest of this unit, and they've stepped up massively. Even HS performing fantastically throughout today. You know, he started to step up. When we saw him on that rogue roster, people were like, wow, HS has actually really developed himself as a player, and he's looking good again today here at a minor.
Exactly that. And when you have all of your players firing on all cylinders for a team of veterans and highly skilled, prolific fraggers, it's so hard to try and conquer them. And we've already seen as well, so far at the minor, Magic Spoy and Mixwell being such strong performers for Optic. I mean, I think it was 27 kills from Magic Spoy versus Pride, 27 kills from Mixwell versus Space Soldiers on the next map being Train. So we've already seen Optic claim the helm of Space Soldiers on that train map. Can we see them topple over a go? Have a swift 2-0 to that upper bracket final.
Yeah, if they can actually pick up the victory here, obviously work their way through, get themselves into the situation we expected to see them playing against Envious, but obviously their opponents would actually be Space Soldiers, a matchup where Optic did find success in the past.
Exactly that. But then again, you know, different team, different lineup, different style of play. We saw Space Soldiers having a massive advantage, actually. Maybe that's one of the reasons why we saw it still be the map pool, obviously. I believe it was, what, 11-4 first half, and then somehow, some way, Space Soldiers essentially choked it away. But let's see, as we haven't actually seen Optic play best of 3 so far.
Yeah, it's very true. So it'll be cool to see when they do get into that best of 3. We do have the statistics from that matchup as well. As I was saying, very equal for the side of Optic. If you look through there, everyone's situated towards the same kind of frags. Freiburg, very level ground, but he doesn't need to step up. His teammates were firing from all cylinders. It was very nicely played, supportive, and good teamwork.
If you remember as well in NIP, every single game Freiburg had a poor performance. There's always the limelight and the spotlight on him. Everybody brought him down as his role as the entry had far more of an impact based off of the kills, right? And now you can see, as the IGL and caller, the pressure is off. Even if he's on 8 kills, you saw the impact he was having on the T side.
Yeah, that's the thing. Very dynamic, saying himself of how he's trying to adapt